There's no other way to get to the life you don't need a break from without discipline, without your daily disciplines, the habits that shape the rest of your life, the habits that shape your outcomes, daily disciplines. Yes, some we can have some discipline in some areas, but is your life disciplined? Are there things that you have that are rituals and routines that allow you to get the most out of your day, get the most out of your week, eventually get the most out of your life? It's the discipline of eating the right way, of moving your body daily that creates the health that you want. You guys know I'm going through a fast right now, sugar detox, right? That's on the food side. That's becoming easier and easier. The movement part is in my accountability group yesterday. We were just talking about this. And one of the guys in the group was like, yeah, is it okay if I only work out 5 days out of the week instead of seven, right? I'll take 2 days off and kind of recover. And our health coach, he was like, no, like you should work out 7 days a week. We put in a movement routine for 30 minutes. He was like, if you can't figure out how to put 30 minutes a day into your health, into your movement, it's not a priority for you. So that's how you create the health life you want, is to have a daily discipline of I have 30 minutes every day where I move my body. It's not a employee 5 days on, 2 days off. It's a every single day. This is how I get it done. Think of that in all the areas of your life. Someone asked me, I was coaching somebody, and they had asked me the question when I was going through the fast earlier this month. And he was like, is this like a spiritual thing? And I was like, well, it's not necessarily. I do wind up praying more but like I read my word every day. Like that's a daily discipline. I don't pick and choose just on Sunday or just on this day. It's like it's every single morning. That's what I do. It's a daily discipline. This is how you get to the life that you guys want. You have to, in there, Jordan Peterson said you have to pick something and just do it and do it for a series of months or years. And even if it's not the thing that you think you're passionate about, it's going to produce something that you don't even know is on the other side of that just by you practicing a discipline. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got to understand this word and how this is going to allow you to get to the life you don't need a break from. You got to make sure that you have disciplines in place in your life. We can always correlate this to our text, 177 mental toughness secrets of the world class. It says the great ones choose discipline over pleasure. I have a bunch of these quotes and these things. I remember I have a quote somewhere from Venus Williams, right, the tennis player, where she said, discipline equals freedom. She said, discipline equals freedom. If you want to be free, like you have to have disciplines early so that you can be free on the back end. If you have discipline in your money, you can get financially free. If you have no discipline in your finances, it's hard to get free. This is how it works. So the mindset shift, guys, we have to have is we have to start choosing these disciplines over choosing pleasurable things. Just like you heard David Goggins. David Goggins was the guy that was talking in that video, and he talks a lot about, again, you might not know his story. He has a book out. I think he might have two books out. One of them's called You Can't Hurt Me, something along those lines. But he was literally overweight, 300 pounds, shifted his mindset to become a Navy SEAL, like complete transformation. And so his mindset, his mental toughness allowed him to now achieve something he didn't believe was possible. That's why he said, right, we all put ourselves in this box, in these limiting beliefs. And we don't know all these things that are right outside of it until we kind of shift how we're thinking about it so that we can go after those things. He said it in the video. He said, going through Hell Week, right? When you're training in the military, when you're going through Hell Week, he's like, it'll start bringing up these insecurities. It'll start bringing up these things, and your brain will seek pleasure. It'll seek comfort. It'll seek, as he said, the cookie that mom gave you to calm you down. That's how our brains operate. You might not know how you operate in that way, but that's how our brains operate. Something gets really difficult, our brain is going to seek pleasure. It's going to seek comfort. It's going to seek to protect us. So your ability to catch that thought and push against it, lean into that. Oh, this is the thing that's coming up, and my brain wants me to go here. No, I'm going to go back this way. You have to train your brain how to do that in order to get to the life that you want, guys. And what it says here in the text, again, it says the great one choose discipline over pleasure. It says when average performers have had enough for the day and call it quits, champions are usually just getting started. Discipline is the watchword of great performers. Discipline makes the difference between good and the great. The great ones will tell you discipline is more of a decision than it is an active skill. Say that one more time so you understand. The great ones will tell you discipline is more of a decision. That's a thought process. It's a thinking. It's a decision than it is an active skill. It's the ability to stay the course and complete promises you've made. Let me just pause there really quick because so many people say, oh, I'm not disciplined. Oh, it's hard to be disciplined in this area. That's because they don't understand. It's just a decision. It's just you make a decision, like you made a decision to do anything, right? To eat a certain way or to work out or whatever. Like it's a decision that you make. It's not a skill that you have. Like some people are more disciplined over less. No, no, no. Some people are just more focused on the discipline and what that's getting them, right? Like that's all that it is. Anyway, it says it's the ability to stay the course and complete promises you've made. The fulfillment of these promises builds confidence and self-esteem, which eventually leads the champions to believe almost anything is possible. It's a habit and a self-fulfilling prophecy built into one. Discipline is a logic-based decision that performers adhere to, regardless of whether they feel like it or not. Discipline pushes performers past pain and punishment. As my late business partner Bill Gove and mentor, Bill Gove always said, it's easier to act yourself into good thinking than it is to think yourself into good action. This is the mindset of the champion. The great ones, like Bill Gove, don't let feelings interfere with their performance. Instead, they harness the power of their emotional motivators to propel them past the competition. Average people see discipline as a painful chore to be avoided at all costs. The world class sees it as the ultimate power tool for performance. This is a decision. It's a logic-based decision. That's how we start to choose discipline. So again, we're talking all the areas of your life. I don't know what areas of your life you need it the most. But again, the main ones that I always talk about, your health, your wealth, right? Your finances, your relationships. We need love and connection. We talked about this last week with Tony Robbins' 6 basic human needs. One of them is love and connection. So if you don't have disciplines in learning how to make friends and learning how to keep relationships and learning how to give in relationship, if you don't understand how to do that and create disciplines around it, it's going to be really tough to experience that in your life. If you want to be more connected spiritually and you're not reading your Bible or reading whatever, right, transcripts you have, if you're not doing that, if you're not having daily disciplines around these things, it's going to be really hard to achieve the things you want to make happen. So that's why discipline is so important. Some of us, again, may have learned it from sports or from other things, but at the end of the day, whether you learned it or not, this is a choice that you can make. If you're saying, hey, I want to get to the life I don't need a break from. I need some things to change in my life. I need to, right, again, kind of get it out the mud, so to speak, and like start where I'm at. Start with some disciplines. Start with picking some things that you say, not 5 days out of the week, 7 days out of the week, I will do. Every single day, this is something I will do. And when things get really hard, knowing that you just have to lean in to the hard stuff. Don't let your mind, don't let your body seek pleasure. Don't go that direction. Again, this is a decision that you make, whether you feel like it or not. These are things that I'm constantly training my mind and body in. Did I feel like working out this morning? No, I didn't. But I did it. How many of those things do you have in your life where you're like, man, I really don't want to do this, but I do it anyway? for the good of me getting to the life that I don't need a break from, for me becoming the man or woman God called me to be. I have to do the things I don't like to do. Again, you heard the guy in there say it, choose your hard. Choose your hard. Each side is hard. It doesn't matter. There's no easy path. Remember, we talked about this last week. People are always trying to find the path of least resistance. Let me just find the shortcut to success, the easiest way to get healthy. Let me just take some pills and take some magic formula potion, and then I'll be healthy. Right? Let me figure out this get rich quick thing so I can hit it big and then I can retire on a beach. Like we're always trying to find the shortcut. And that's not how this works. You have to become the man or woman God called you to be. You have to grow your capacity in order to handle the life that you're asking for. You hear me say this stuff all the time because I want it to sink in. I want it to sink in that these are the things that get you to the life that you want. It's the fact that there are no shortcuts and that it's going to be hard. But how you think about it, your mental toughness helps you become a different person. You build the capacity to handle the life you're asking for. That's all this process is, y'all. And again, you hear me say it. This isn't for everyone. I know everyone doesn't want to grow. Everyone doesn't want to learn. Everyone doesn't want to do the hard things now. Everybody doesn't want to sacrifice. Everybody doesn't, I won't ever say, everyone doesn't want to be a millionaire, but it's true. Like a lot of people just don't care about money. They don't care about their health. They don't care about their relationship. They just don't care. This is not for them. This is for you. This is for us. There are things I know you want. There are things that you deserve, but you got to work. We got to work, ladies and gentlemen. We got to start choosing some of these disciplines over the pleasures. And again, I know easier said than done. Easier said than done. I'm never going to take it away that because I know somebody out there is like, this is hard. It's going to be really hard. I know. I might have told you guys this before, but hard is one of those words we eliminated in our house. I don't let my wife or my daughter say this is hard. It's supposed to be hard. What are we talking about? It's not supposed to be easy, right? It's supposed to be hard. So why are we talking about that? Let's just continue to get through it. But you got to choose your hard. You can choose your hard. Like you said, it's hard to be wealthy. It's hard to be poor. It's hard to be super healthy in shape. It's hard to be sick and unhealthy. It doesn't matter which way you want to look at this, guys. So choose these disciplines. Here's what this quote says. It says, with self-discipline, anything is possible. I believe discipline is the ultimate key to success as it determines your approach towards every day. Discipline keeps you focused and keeps you performing at a world-class level. Discipline equals freedom. Again, I'll read the quote again. With self-discipline, anything is possible. Your ability to discipline yourself. Anything you want to make happen, y'all. Anything. I don't know that you hear that enough as an adult. We have limiting beliefs. We don't believe anything is possible. You might have believed that when you were 6. Somebody might have told you that when you were 7 or 10, that you can be and do anything you want. You can have anything you want in life. You can become anything. You can do anything. You can be the president. You can be an astronaut. And we believed it. And then as we got older, we actually stopped believing that. For whatever reason, for our environmental reasons, for the programming, for whatever people want to tell you, at some point, we put ourselves into a box where we said, well, this is what I believe is possible for me. And so I'm just going to operate out of this. But this quote, hopefully shifting how you think, says with self-discipline, anything is possible. It says, I believe that discipline is the ultimate key to success as it determines your approach towards every day. Discipline keeps you focused and keeps you performing at a world-class level. This is a reminder for you this Monday morning to look at and assess where you are in certain areas of your life and take a look at your disciplines. The action step for today says on a scale from 1 to 7, 7 being most disciplined, how disciplined are you in these different areas? Categories like business and career. How disciplined are you in your vocation and what you choose to do? How disciplined are you in your family and friends and your relationships? Are you intentional about certain things, about reaching out, about sending messages, about getting together, about encouraging, about being a listening? Are you intentional about those things? How about in your finances? How intentional, how disciplined are you in your finances? Do you actually budget? Do you actually save money? Do you sit down with someone to help you with those things, right? Where are you at in that side? The recreation, the fun side. Again, understanding that your body needs a rest and recovery side, that you should be doing things for self-care every day. Something that is recreation, something that is fun, like every day. It doesn't have to be 3 days in a row, it doesn't have to be for 6 hours a day. It could be 30 minutes that you give yourself a break to do something that you need. But how disciplined are you in that? How disciplined are you in your health, in your diet, in your exercise, in what you choose to put in your mouth, and how you choose to move your body? Not because you want to, because you have disciplines in place. How about in your faith and spiritual life? I talked about that. How often are you in the word? How often are you praying? How often are you doing the things that keep you disciplined? How about in your personal development? Your personal development, how disciplined are you in it? How disciplined are you on jumping on these morning mindset calls? I know a lot of you are super disciplined in that. It's now a part of your routine. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you're jumping on unless you have something crazy happening or right something on schedule, you're here. Well, that's a discipline. That's a form of discipline. But how often, how outside of this, how much are you doing that in your personal development? How often are you reading? How often are you listening to good things? Where's your disciplines? Take today to identify where you are in these areas. And then let's go to work changing these things, y'all. Let's go to work working on this stuff. This is how you get to your ideal life. All right. I love you guys. I want you to win. You deserve to win. Your families deserve to win. I'll constantly tell you that. You deserve it. You deserve to win. And you have to do the work. It's both. You deserve to win, and it's not just going to come to you. If you don't do the work, you won't win. It's that simple. You do the work and you chip away at it, daily disciplines, day after day, you're in 5 years, you're going to look back and be like, man, I don't even know who that man was. I don't even know who that woman was 5 years ago. I'm in a completely different space. I have all these different disciplines. I don't even connect with that person. Who was that? That's how you get to the life you don't need a break from, y'all. Go out today, do something that scares you. We'll be right back here on Wednesday. Love you guys. Have a good one.